Hello, everybody. It's T with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, September 23rd, 2023, and we're here at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for live sewing chat. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it. I am just oiling this machine, cleaning it out a little bit. Since I sewed binding on here last time, I wanted to make sure I got it cleaned really good. And oil it. Okay. All right. Hope you all are having a great day. So that's in. And the bobbin. We're almost there. All right, so let me pull you all up on my phone here so I can read who's in the chat. All right, so we got C Joy Creation saying hi T and T Quilters, Melody Kiefer. Hello T and everyone. Francis Jackson, hello T from Michigan. Diane McCoy, hello family and T. Jeff Galonia says, good evening everyone and T, hope all are well. Sandra is here saying hi T and everyone. Kevin the Quilter. There's my good friend Miss T. She got the month right. It's not January. He's so silly. Melina Montoya says, hey T. Joan E says, hi T and everyone. Joan, I don't know what's in this box. I just popped it just before I came in here, so I'm going to open that. Sheila Willis is here saying, good evening T and Quilter. Sandy Agger is waving hello. Diamond in the Rough is from Akron, Ohio. Welcome to the live chat. Appreciate you popping in. I think this is your first time commenting. Robin Sedino also saying hello, T Quilters. Also first time in the chat. Welcome to chatting. Maddie Barnum, I'm sorry. Hello, T and everyone. It was fun today. Yay. I saw Maddie in the chat earlier today. Claudette Bettis saying hello, T and everyone. Hi, Claudette. Donette Branson, hello from Atlanta, fellow T Quilters. Vivian Calvi, hi T and everyone. Jonah Crutchfield, hello from Colorado. Quilt Gal, hi Miss T and everyone. Mona did what? Says hi T and everyone. Patricia Priest, howdy to all. Kathy Klein saying hello from Illinois. Angelia Rice says hello from DC. Darcy Savali, hi everyone. Make sure you give T her thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications. Thank you, ma'am. Hmm. MJR is waving. Hello. Welcome to the channel as well. Shelly Clark. Hello, listening while I get some long arming in. So welcome Shelly as well to chatting with us. Wind Sprinter. Hello, T and everyone. My brother Ray Mahone is here saying hi, sis, and everyone. Stay safe still. Around It was in here earlier today as well. Shirley saying hello to everyone. Yeah, so Diamond in the Rough says yes, my first night chat. And that's it. So let me open what's in this box to get it off my desk. This is from Joan Elkins of Tennessee. I was trying to figure out where she was located. Hi, Benita Nan saying, hey, Miss T and everyone. All right, so she's got, whoops, am I pulling something I shouldn't be pulling? Oh, it's got some snacks in here. Oh, these are her blocks, and she's got them in this case. Like she took a placemat and sewed in here and the bottom. I just couldn't see it I wasn't looking from the front. So she made like a little book cover almost. So that's pretty cool. That's a good thing. And you can use this for iPad covers and everything. I'm sure she's got, well, she's got a note here. Hi T, I bought the fabric to make hats and scarves for you, and life got in the way. The spray bottle was picked up when you and Kevin were shop hopping, and it seemed right for Kevin or you. The two computer brushes are for the both of you for cleaning your machines, all machines, laughing out loud. The set of templates were extra, thought you could use them for a gift, raffle, or for a friend. And earrings are a gift. Sending hugs, love, Joan E. So we won't show her blocks. I'm just going to put this back in here because she's sending September blocks, which we'll do next, well, the last Wednesday of the month. So I have to look at that. I'll just sit that right here for now. I got my pile of fabrics I'm using to cut. So she's got Nola bars in here, granola style bar with peanut butter. So that's the two bars. I did not open this earlier. I guess I should have opened it earlier, although I hope to see Kevin next Saturday if he's not working. So let's see. So it's in a bag. Okay. So let's see what she has in here. So this is the cleaner. It's XOSO Good Grip Sweep and Swipe laptop cleaner. And this is what she's saying you can use to clean your machine. So let's take this out. And it's just a soft brush. I was trying to look to see if it was going to be battery operated. I'm just trying to read before I pull it out. I like that the brush is retractable. So I like using different stuff to clean stuff. So the brush here is retractable. It's not battery operated. And you basically are just dusting stuff. Like when I was just in the top, I could have been trying to get up under here as much as I could with this. So that's pretty cool. It'll be great for dusting off things that have threads. And then I'm going to assume this comes off if it gets filled or something. Let me see. Retractable brush and storage. Keep both ends protected when not in use. Oh, this other end is a cleaner too. It's for the screen. Huh. Get the fingerprints off. See this end? I don't want to, I guess I could do the Bernina. I'll just cut my machine off and cut it back on. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I got all kind of stuff happening over here. I don't put it in eco mode. Okay. So that's interesting. Thank you. I'll put mine in here and I'll sell the other one to Kevin. That's pretty cool. And I guess this is the fabric that she said she had made to do hats and scarf. Oh, it's a knit. African silhouettes, African American type silhouette here. And it's a knit, so you could almost do anything with it. I have to, Joan, send me a picture of what type of hats and scarf you were making with these. That's pretty cool. Trying to make sure I get everything out of here. And then templates here. And earrings and a bottle. It says, friends, don't let friends go to quilt shops alone. That's what she was talking about. So it's a spray bottle. I guess what I'll do with this is that I bring water bottles and stuff like that to retreats. So I'll use this at retreats. I bring at least 2 ironing stations, and Sue brings another one. So I supply at least 3 ironing stations with starch and water bottles. So I'll use it for that. That's cute. Ooh, she's got some wood earrings. She knows I've been buying wood earrings. These are pretty. I don't know if she made them herself or if she purchased them, but they're green hearts. And they're cut out, so it makes it lighter too. But that's really cool. Well, thank you. I don't know why I like wood earrings. They're just cute. I don't know. I do like them. I'm just going to stick it right here for now, because I'm going to have to move it all out. And I'm going to try to remember to take that off the top. All right, so this is a 3 template set from Missouri Star Quilt Company. I'm going to have to take this off so I can see it. So I can read one of them. I'm trying to do the largest one, so I got the biggest text. And I'm sure they're all going to be the same. I'm just trying to pull this without tearing it. And it is called, got to turn it over. Rhombus template. And use this side for triangles. And line up edge of fabric strip here to cut triangles. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if they had a size on here. So I have to go do some research on this to see if I can find sizes, because she's got all 3 sizes of this template. So you'd be cutting triangles, and I'm not sure if they're equilateral or not like that, and that's not written on here, so I'll have to research that. So that's pretty cool. 3 different sizes. So got large, medium, and then the small one. And then they have a hole for hanging. So that's cool. I'm sure they got plenty of videos on YouTube showing you how to use these. And like I said, I'm not sure if they're equilateral. And I don't know if this ruler will tell me. Let's see. So that's about 5 inches. And if I go point to point here, it's over 5 inches. So it's not over here. I don't think it's equilateral triangles. So that's interesting. So thank you. Thank you. I'll figure that one out and see what to do with it. I might just group them and then give them out as a retreat gift maybe. So thank you, Joan, for that. And I'll put your blocks you sent for the drawing in the other bag, and it'll be opened later. And thanks for the tip about using a placemat to just sew around, fold it in half, fold 2 sides, and it makes a nice little carry-off or something. A nice little cover-up. Quit complaining in the comments, Kevin. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm trying to get back to where we were before everything started. I think I saw Benita. June Hansen. Hi, T and everyone. Cynthia Field says, oh boy, you guys were funny today. Breath of fresh air. Give thumbs up. And she's resting on the couch. So thank you for watching with us earlier. Sue says it's 276 days until the best retreat ever. She's got it up there 3 times. Pearl Medina. Good evening, Miss T and fellow quilters from Moreno Valley, Cali. Hi, and welcome back to chat. See George reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Kevin go, oh, thanks so much, Joan. How thoughtful of you. T. Roberts is back, saying evening, all T quilters. Hope you're feeling better. Kayla Avila. Hey, Kayla. Welcome back to the chat, girl. It's been a while. Says hello, T and everyone. Norma Lovelace says hi to everyone from Illinois. Joan says just long overdue. Blackbird says hello, T in chat from DC. Coming back as well. Remember to give a thumbs up, everyone, from Norma. Kevin, sell the other one to Kevin. See how she treats me well? Tom Whittick Eckery saying, hey, T and all T quilters. Hey, Tom, welcome back. Joan says, you were talking earlier about the woman who sells wigs. I like her head covers. That is what I wanted to make for you. And one lady makes those covers to sleep in. Okay. And well, yeah, because some of them are silk and some of them she used knits, I guess, because it's stretched. Okay. So Janet McCurl's back saying hello, TNT quilters. Kayla says, I think they are for pre-cuts. 10-inch, 5-inch, and 2.5-inch, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Because I'll probably need to add more information because you can't read the ruler until you even peel off. So I'll add some more information to that. MJR said, I ordered a wood presser from you. Love it. It works great and it's beautiful too. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I do have some emails that came in this week. I have had all kind of office type appointments, just basic your general follow-up doctor visits you should go to every year, and then doing all the various tests that I haven't had done in a year. So I'm just catching up on that stuff. And then I got a couple of appointments next week too, but I'm hoping that I can get back and start responding to some emails. I know some of you all have paid retreat. If you haven't heard from me, I've been just starring any payment information that's been coming to my email. I'll check Zelle, because sometimes I don't get notifications from everybody. So I'll check Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App for payments. And then I will be sending you confirmation emails as well. I just haven't sat at my desk. It's been a minute. My days outside the house have been so long that by the time I get in the house, I'm like super tired and I'm just pooped. And it takes all I have to cook me something decent to eat. And the lady who she's talking about that sells the wigs is the Tony Daly website. I had purchased some wood earrings. She had what they call lock socks, which is for people that have their hair braided or twisted. You can put that on your hair. You can sleep in them or wear them as styles. I do both. uh, what was the last comment? Oh, Sue says Eric was right. I needed to watch the replay. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I just lost my comments. Let me see if it'll come back. Sharon Lewis is here saying hi, T and Quilters. I couldn't even remember your name earlier today. Kevin had to help me out, girl. And Mona says night owl. So bye, Mona. That is too funny. Yeah. So earlier today. Ah! Woo wee boy. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lanta. I need a longer cord. The cord that comes with this iPad isn't long enough. Sorry, guys. And then when my rotary cutter dropped, it went right in the middle of my cord. And I don't want to crawl on the floor because my desk extends all the way through. So I'm trying to see if I can find another rotary cutter. Now, when I'm not looking for one, I have 100 of them. Y'all know I don't want to use this one, but I may have to. Yep, it's the only one in here. Oh, I got one right here. Thank you, Jesus. Because I have this thing, but I don't like promoting the company because of their ways. They cheated me out of money before. So I don't use that. All right, those are my little design boards here, my extra ones. All right. Right, Kevin did say, Sharon, drop it like it's hot, Lewis. Now I got you all the way over here. Goodness gracious. Let me see. Angelia says, where can we get retreat info? Retreat info is given in my Facebook group, teaquiltsllc.com. I may have some flyers on the community page of Teaquilts as well. I have not checked my mail, and I don't even have that phone in here. I didn't bring my real phone. I had one spot that is for a double room, and somebody was asking me about it earlier, but again, I came home, took a nap. So I haven't checked any emails to know. So for my 2024 retreat, right now my retreats are scheduled the last week of June for 2024 and 2025. My retreat starts on Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month, and it goes through to Sunday. So you're doing a 6-day, 5-night retreat. The one for 2024, I don't even know if I got a commuter rate. I have to look and see if I got a commuter. I don't think I even have a commuter spot. But I had a double, and then today somebody asked me about it, so I'm going to be sending them information. So it may or may not open back up. The 2025 retreat, I'm taking head count deposits, which are non-refundable, $100. And I'm waiting for that organization to have their board meeting, and then they're going to redo their prices. Every year you have a board meeting, stuff goes up $1 or $2 on each one of the little things that they have in their grid. And so then they send us back out prices telling us. So it's at a different facility. So I'm waiting for them to send me the contract so that I can sign the contract, and I have to pay 25% down for the cost of retreat. So then once I do that, I will send out more information on 2025. 2025 so far, I don't think I'm taking any more than 48 people. I think just off the top of my head, I have about 42 people inquiring about it. And when I get to 48, I'm going to then start a wait list. So that's what's happening with retreats. I don't have prices for 2025, and I can send out the pricing information for 2024. You do need to be aware. Retreats are kind of difficult for me to, as far as pricing. If you know, if you're living on a budget, which some of us are, because most of the people that watch my YouTube channel are age 55 and older, which means most of my people that watch are retired, and some of us are on fixed income. And so I always tell people, don't wait until you want to go to a retreat to save your money. Start saving your money now, because if you're trying to get into the 2024 retreat, those payments need to be in by the end of October, and that's because I'm scheduling a chartered bus to take us on an all-day shop hopping trip around different quilt shops in the state of Missouri. We're also going to stop that evening and have dinner, and I don't want 10 cars caravanning down the highway. I want a reputable company that's going to take us on this long distance journey. The first stop is about 2 hours out, and then we go into another shop, and then we're going to end in another area that has 2 different shops. And I'd say about maybe an hour to an hour and a half between those shops. And then we got to get back to the retreat center, which is going to be about another 2 to 2.5 hours. So I don't want 10 cars with 4 and 5 people going down the highway, and if something should happen, I don't want one of my retreat attendees to be possibly sued. So I'm trying to keep everything on the professional scale when it comes to driving on long distance journeys like that. So my retreats have a lot packed into them. We have some kind of classes or presentations. We have some meals are included. It just depends on which facility we're at and what day it is. So I'd say most of your meals are included, not all, because when we're out on the bus trip, that's all day that you're out and you won't have any food that's paid for. However, I do provide some snacks that you can use to make sure you keep something in your body. I'm one of those people, you can give me a granola bar or something like that. I can eat that as and keep moving, especially when I'm shop hopping. I don't need to sit down and have a meal. And then at the end, once we've done all of our shopping, then we're going to go somewhere and eat as a group. So that's kind of how I'm planning it. I don't buy anything but something to drink, and I did bring water. I think we bought ice cream. We bought we were if I see something like that when at a place and they got some kind of specialty or something, that's what I buy. I don't sit down to try to have a meal. I want the good stuff. So that's kind of what we found at Missouri Star. We found an ice cream parlor, and that ice cream was good, but that's what I had instead of buying some food. And I had plenty of snacks. We had snacks that people took snacks home. Okay. We had so many snacks. Um, so if you want, uh, I don't necessarily have a retreat email list unless you put your deposit down. And that's because I'm only dealing with people that are serious about retreat. Retreats are expensive. My retreat is a 5-night retreat. It's right under $1,000. So, and that's for somebody in a single room, and it might be right under $900 or $800. I can't remember because I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with retreats and payments, and so it just depends on what your accommodations are as to how much you have to pay. So retreats are not cheap. That's where I was going. And so you should be saving or have money put aside for something like that if you're on a fixed income. Some of us can afford to just pay outright for what we want to do, and that's great. Some of us have to make payments on something like that to be able to afford that. And then on top of that, the retreats in the St. Louis metropolitan area somewhere. So you have to figure out how you're going to attend if you're not here locally. I'm just going to guess and say about 10 people attend that's local, but most people are flying in, coming on train, or driving themselves in a car over 8 hours away. So it just depends on how you're going to do that. So it's not just the money that you pay for a retreat. You've got to have the money to get here. You've got to have money to feed yourselves the meals that we don't feed you. And then you also need to have at least a few dollars to shop hop, because who can keep going into a shop and not buy anything at all? So, you got to plan for what you want to do. And I always tell people, start by putting, $50, $100, whatever you can afford aside each month, and then don't touch it. And sometimes I recommend that people don't put it in the bank, because if you can get access to it on your debit card, we tend to spend it. But if you are out shopping and you need something and it's not in the bank, it's at home sitting in a secret spot somewhere that you're saving your money, then you have it where you can't automatically spend it, via just shopping. Even shopping online, you can't spend it if you're using a debit card. So that's what I try to tell people. I know outright it looks like my retreat is very expensive, but when you look at what hotel rates are per night, and the fact that you've got renting a conference room that we're keeping 24/7. Once you set up, that room is not being used for anyone else the entire time that we're there for 5 days. And it has a chartered bus, and you're getting some kind of classes or presentations. So to me, it's not expensive when you start looking at what you're getting for your money. It's a big bill to pay up front, but to me, I think it's very well worth it, and I love quilt retreats. So if you got any questions, you can always ask me. You can also send me emails to teaquilts@teaquilts.com. I just don't have an email list if you haven't paid anything. And for the 2025 retreat, all you need to put down that's non-refundable is $100 payment in order to get on the retreat for 2025's list. if you're looking at 2024 retreat, you need to be ready to pay your retreat by October 31st. And I'm willing to work with it a little bit, but not a whole lot, because I have to turn in my numbers to the retreat center, and I need to also pay for the chartered bus that I need to schedule. So when I schedule the charter bus, I have to pay the majority of the money down, and then about 2 months before, I have to pay the other part of the money down. So I need money in my hands so that I can pay all of these bills. Last time in 2022, I ended up paying a lot of stuff with my own money and then having to wait to get my money back out of it. And I'm trying not to do that, because if I'm going to have retreats every year now instead of every other year, that's a lot of money, with deposits for 40 people being 25% of what your total retreat cost is. That's a lot of money. So I'm trying not to make it all come out of my pocket. And also, I'm signing the contracts, which makes me liable for whatever I'm signing that contract for. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm covered. Rhonda Barlow is here saying hi, T and everyone. Darcy says, why does it say there is 1K thumbs up? Girl, I have no idea. They just messing around again, I guess. Minnie Dula is back saying hello, T and Quilters. Welcome back. Leetta is back. Hi, T and T Quilters. Helena Carter says hi, T and all Quilters. Katie from Greenland Quilters back saying hello, everyone. So welcome back. And Bonita says sent CashApp, but note says 2023 retreat instead of 2024. Okay, that's fine. And I'll give you a thumbs up on CashApp, because I can send a thumbs up. And then I always try to go back and forward back via email, because I want you to know what your balance due is, and or if you are now paid in full. And I use that, so when I'm having issues with somebody saying they paid for a retreat, I go back and search your email and I check to see all the emails that I've sent you, because it's going to give me my trail of how you pay for your retreat. And I even put how you paid it, I think. So I'm trying to keep track of that. I'm trying to keep it all in one place. So if you message me or whatever, I'm emailing you back your confirmation of what I received and haven't received. So trying to keep it all in email, so I can just go search your email and everything's going to come up. Everything I'm sending you is going to be via email. Susan Baker is here saying hi to T and all T Quilters. I'm late, but better than not. Yes. Sue Baker says, I think it's reasonable. I wish I was closer to you. Yeah, I was just talking about that with Kevin. Or was we on the live? We were talking about we were on the live earlier today talking about where people from retreat come from. And distance is all a perspective of the person who's doing the traveling. Because I had 3 people come from California that flew here. 2 of them rented. No, I can't remember if it was 2 or 1 of the. I know Claudette, we picked her up at the airport. I can't remember if we picked up Joe, but I know Carla rented a car. Bonita came from North Carolina. Somebody else came from North Carolina too. We picked those people up. Bonita rented a car. Distance is all in perspective, guys. Something that's far for one person is not far. And I always say, like, when I go to other cities and then somebody says, I would go to such and such store, but it's 20 minutes away. And I'm like, girl, I drive 40 minutes or more to go to a quilt shop. Okay. So Missouri, we go to what we want to do. It's no big deal for us. I don't think we look at 20-minute rides as a long distance, because we got so many different neighborhoods and so many different things set up in different neighborhoods. We've got, like, a place where you can go eat from food restaurants that are all Italians. And if you want to eat, I mean, yeah, you can go to Olive Garden if you want, but most of us are going to go across town to go get the food where the real Italians are preparing food that's been tried and true. I've tried other restaurants, kind of chain restaurants, and the food just isn't as good as going to those Italian family style restaurants. I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. So Missouri we're just different here. We go to wherever we want to go. no matter how long it takes. We're going to go if we want to go. Perspective is just something that's personal. And I think once you start getting out of your comfort zone and realizing how much fun you're having, I think your perspective on that will change. Because and I think Sharon drove the farthest. She came from DC area, I want to say. She drove. Matter of fact, Sharon paid for her retreat. Sharon comes the day before so she can get there when the retreat starts, and she gets her hotel the night before, and then she can get rested. She gets as much sleep, as she needs, and then she can come on to a retreat when she's ready. So I kind of like that. And some other people, I've shared the hotel that Sharon's staying at, because she sent me her information, and I've shared it with a couple other people that are now considering coming um, the day before, so that they're not traveling. Like, say your plane doesn't get in until 2:30 or something, and we start retreat at 10 o'clock, and we're not doing anything but doing meet and greet. Everybody is just basically hugging and setting up their spots. We don't officially start retreat until after we come back from dinner. I think the retreat center has a little thing where they go over their rules and things like that. They might do that about 3:30, but everybody might not be there. But I'm hoping that after dinner, everybody is at retreat center. That's kind of how we officially start. But yeah, let me go back. Oh, okay, I think I'm in the right spot. My thread dropped. I don't know where that comes from. I moved some stuff up there, so that's probably what that is. And Sue says, like I said, best retreat ever. Sharon, oh my gosh, Sharon says, looking forward to retreat, learning new techniques, meeting new quilters, and T's cake. T says, your retreats are reasonable. Someone was charging over $1,100 for 3 days, $200 for a meal with the organizers, and did not offer a shop hop or anything outside the retreat center. And that's the other thing. Most retreats do not offer anything outside a retreat center. That's what most retreats do. You come to retreat. Once you're there, you're there. You eat all the meals there. They don't organize even local shop hops. You do that all between talking to whomever you're sitting next to, or if anybody may get up and say, I'm going to this particular store, anybody want to go, or anybody need anything from Walmart or something like that. That's kind of how most retreats operate. And I wanted, if people were coming from across the country to my retreats, I wanted you to be able to experience some of the local quilt shops, as well as experience some in the distance. Now, last year, we went to Missouri Star Quilt Company shops, and I've done that 2 times, and I don't want to continue to go to the same thing, because once you've been, it's just going to regular quilt shops at that point. And I want you to experience different quilt shops and different things that are going on, different parts of Missouri as well. And we even shop hopped one of the Illinois shops last time too. So I just want you to experience different things. So that's why we are not, well, that's one of the reasons why we're not going back to Missouri Star Quilt Company. Most of the people that attended, they're okay with not going back to there again. If this is your first time coming to a retreat, I'm sorry. We've been there, done that. We're going to keep moving and taking people to different parts of Missouri. I did, at the time, last year, I did 70 quilt shops in Missouri. And the all-state Missouri shop hop, they group really good about how and where these quilt shops are. Even in the areas where I'm taking you to next year, there's more than one quilt shop in those areas. But I'm taking you to what is my favorite, what I think is the best quilt shops that in the route that I'm taking, because I'm skipping a lot of things that you could go to. I would have really loved to stop at Ben Franklin, but I just don't think it's going to be conducive time wise with taking a busload of people, because it's going to be the people at retreat, and then I'm also going to open it up to any local quilters that might just want to do just the bus tour. So I do that as well. I have 32 people slated for retreat at this time. Well, 31 with the one empty spot. I have 32 people slated for retreat, and the bus holds 50 or something like that, 50 or 55, depending on which bus you get. And so I'm trying to fill seats. I use those people to keep the retreat costs down for the bus. Otherwise, the retreat would cost more if I didn't open up the empty seats to people that were not on the retreat list. So I've already got a couple people asking me, are you having a bus trip next year? So I haven't advertised it yet because I got to get my schedule. I got to get it paid, and I'm not doing that until I get all the retreat money in by the end of October. So November, I'll be hooking up with the company that we used last time. They were very dependable. They were there early, not just on time. He was there early. And so the company is doing a great job making sure that they say what they're going to do, what they say. So I'm going to be using that company again, hopefully. Let's see. Katie says, retreats are definitely overly expensive. That's why I can't go myself. Sue says, it took me a whole 20 minutes to get to retreat in 2022. Yeah, she's local. Kayla says, T throws an amazing retreat. I highly recommend if you go if you have the chance. So thank you, Kayla. I appreciate that. And I love that people that have attended the retreat can tell you whether or not to go. And if it's negative, you don't feel the same. But I felt like at the retreat when we talked about it on our last day, it seems like the consensus of us felt like we left with family, not just quilters on the internet. We felt like we really got to know everybody, and that's part of the retreat experience. Is like when we go eat meals, it's not to eat with the same people all the time, kind of mix it up so that way you get to talk a little bit with everyone. Like we have tables, 5 to 6 people at a table, and so that way you get to know people a little bit. I enjoyed retreat. Some people are introverts and stuff, and you have to kind of pull them out a little bit, or they'll sit at the table and won't say anything, and then eventually maybe you will hit on a topic of some interest, like maybe you're from the same state or their family was from that state, even if they live in a different state now, and then that might bring them out. So it just depends on everybody is not a talker. I'm really an introvert myself. I can get a third person into a vehicle and I'll let the other 2 people do the talking. I can sit there and just listen. But you would never know that because when I'm in the role of something where I'm in charge or got things to do, I do what I have to do. But I'm really one of those people. I can sit down and read a book and everybody around me can be doing whatever. I don't care. So, but Darcy says, make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't. And Diamond in the Rough says, the amount is fair. I spent $900 for 4 days in New York City, Harlem this June. So that's good. And then Sue says, don't forget Fiddlesticks. Yes. And we're going to go back to Fiddlesticks next year. We're going to end in the area where Fiddlesticks is. It's Hamilton. No, not Hamilton. Hannibal. It's Hannibal, Missouri. And what I didn't tell you all, because I didn't want you all to freak out because of the time, by the time we got there, the quilt shops were closed. They have 2 very great quilt shops all on the same street within 2 blocks. One's in this block and one's in the next block, I think. And they have 2 great quilt shops in Hannibal. And so we're going to go to those. So we have 4 quilt shops that we're going to visit on this trip next year. Diamond in the Rough says, Ohio's Amish quilt shop hop is 60 shops long. And it's in October too. Evelyn Bunbury says, T, do you have any more spots for your retreat? I can fly in from New York City. I can put you as a backup for 2024 as a standby. And if somebody cancel, I'm telling you, I had people canceling the day before. I had people canceling a week before. I had somebody that had to cancel a couple months before. But it was very difficult for me to get people because people didn't have their money saved. If you're retired or you can adjust your schedule really quickly. I know I had a job where, because I saved my vacation time, I was able to save my time. Some people have jobs where you have to plan your vacation for the entire year, because you got to have coverage. I was the only one of my job, so when I was off, I was just off. And you gotta be flexible when you're on a wait list. I can put people on the 2024 wait list. I have one spot that's being considered by somebody that probably has already sent me an email. I haven't checked, but I can put you on a wait list for 2024 if somebody can't make it at the last minute, because after December, no, it's got to be. I have to sign. I have to confirm my final numbers 6 months in advance. So some date in December before Christmas. Is because our retreat is before the end of the month. It's the last week of the month, but that doesn't mean you got to the 31st of December. So it's some date in December. I have to confirm my numbers with this particular organization. And then once I confirm those numbers, those are the numbers I'm going to have to pay for. So if you cancel your retreat after that date, all of your money is null and void unless I find a warm body to fill your spot. And then you have just a regular $100 non-refundable fee that you are going to be accountable for. So if you're on retreat list and I can find somebody to replace you, it's $100 cost to you for me doing all the stuff I got to do, that I've been contacting you, taking payments, and sending information, taking registration forms. I used to have it at $25, and it's too much work to just charge somebody $25 for. So I've increased that to $100 this year. And that's also because the retreat center was also asking me, instead of a minimal amount per person, they wanted 25%. That was a change too. It used to be $25 non-refundable fee to the facility, and it went from $25 to 25%. That's a big difference. And so then I increased the non-refundable fee because of that. So that's kind of how retreat works. So once you pay, and you have to cancel, I got to get a body. You can fill it or I can try to fill it, but somebody needs to fill the spot. Otherwise, your money is just gone, because I have to pay for that spot because I signed the contract. 2025 retreat is $100 non-refundable fee. That's all you have to pay at this time for 2025. I don't know, I'm guessing, I'm thinking I have 40 of those spots sold. It could be more, but maybe somebody that paid the $100 fee may not be able to come. I'm only going to go up to 48 people for that retreat. And I haven't even deciphered what rooms we have because I don't have the contract yet. So I'll have to then decipher how many people need to be in doubles, how many singles I can have, and so forth. So that's what's going on with retreats. Again, if you're interested in retreats, I do not have like an email list for retreat. You have to pay some form of a deposit. Even if you're on a wait list, you have to pay $100 deposit. If your name never comes off the wait list, I'll refund your $100 deposit. I just don't communicate with people that haven't paid me any money. And that's because I get asked a lot of questions. I put flyers. I got a flyer on my YouTube page. And then I also have flyers that I put out into my Facebook group. I'm not going to be dealing with anybody that hasn't sent me any money because I'm not sure if you're serious about retreat. So if it comes up that your name doesn't get pulled from the wait list, then I'll refund all of your money because I never counted you in the head count in the first place. So you're not just sending $100 and then not getting it back if you don't even get a chance to attend. But I don't put you in my email. I have an email list for the people that are going to retreat or have an interest in retreat, like a true interest. And that means you've paid at least $100 deposit to be in that email group. I don't have an email group of people. I just send this email out to everybody. I don't have that type of system set up. where I can just send out stuff to quilters about what I'm doing, like a monthly newsletter. I don't have that type of an email setup. I guess at some point I might want to do that with the people that go to retreats. I might just go ahead and make a generic Teaquilts newsletter thing and just do some bullet points, because I'm just one person. I have a lot that I'm dealing with. And then maybe I can share, basic things like blocking the months that we're doing, anything that's coming up. Maybe that's something I might want to look into doing in the new year. But you're not going to get like prices for retreat. I don't tend to put that type of stuff out, especially when I don't even know it myself. Only the people that are going to retreat knows what my retreat costs are, the official cost of retreat. That's why I said you got to at least have $1,000 to go to retreat. And the retreats are under $1,000. Um, oh, okay. So that's why. So Love, I do remember Evelyn saying that. Okay. I remember the name So Love. She's saying that she changed back to her actual name. Okay, because I'm like, for some reason, the name sounded familiar. Betsy Layton is here saying good evening from our state capital city. So she's in Jeff City. And I think that's it. I think I've read everything now. So anybody that's got any questions, you can always email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com, and I will get to you as soon as I can. I tend to star stuff, and then when I go into my computer, I just look at the stuff that's been starred, and I go down to the bottom of the list and work my way up to the top. So that's kind of what happens there. Ugh. I was at Kevin's earlier, 2, 4, 5. I got 5 more of these things here that I need to do. Yes, I stole 2 of your clips, Kevin. Yes, I did. So I've got all of those up there on this board. You can't see all of them, but I got more than what I need on this board. And that's because at some point I went from needing 60 of these things to saying I needed 70. So I don't need all of these. So I just need to pick 5 and make 5 more of these, and I'll have 70. And then I'll be switching to the next template, which is D. For next month. Kevin and I have decided we got 60 blocks. We're going to do 30 each month and do whatever step it is to put the next round on the block. And then we'll do the other 30 the next month. So we're taking it slow because we're working with templates. Any sew along is a slow process, and it's supposed to be a slow process so that the people that are sewing along with you can get caught up, have the opportunity of succeeding. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to paper piece, and they're going to get their pieces done right away. And that's fine. I have no problems with that. But I just wanted to, if we're using templates, I want to show realistically how long it takes to cut. If you're fussy cutting, that was what I was mostly doing today. I just did generic cutting. And I just want people to know that it takes time when you're dealing with templates. I know Kevin for a fact could have had his stuff done last month for the 30 for the round. He could have had it done within a week. And Kevin probably could have had this whole quilt done in a month, because that's how Kevin pieces. And so Kevin is only working on it when we're working on it. So we do our pre-cutting supposedly, and I show up and do the cutting. And then we just trying to work with what we got. So this is a slow process. So I am going to move this because I'm going to just cut. I don't think I'm going to fussy cut. I didn't even know this was up there. About to lose my strip stick that I use to press seams open. So I'm just going to cut some strips off of here. I'm just cutting like 2 1/4 to make sure I've got enough room. And it doesn't have to be serious because I'm just going to cut my templates right off of these strips. So I need at least 5 fabrics. That's your thing coming in, Benita. See how long it takes for them to notify me? She said that long time ago. Just gonna I thought I had used this before because I've got that piece cut out, but I don't have a piece cut out of here, so we're not cutting that one. I gotta replace it because I'm not gonna use it. Ugh, stacks of fabric. So I'm trying to find something that I could possibly cut. Just cut a strip, possibly. Kevin says Miss T is a thief of clips. I'm gonna sue. I gave them to you. You can't sue me. I got the receipt. I can't see the other side. It looks shorter. It is. So I'm going to have to cut this one backwards. Line up at the bottom. Just want to make sure I have at least 2 1/4. Bonita said, yeah, that is a long time. Yep, girl. Sometimes people asking me stuff, and I know they think I be playing. I be like, I believe you sent it out. Just go ahead and put it in the mail because sometimes I'm waiting on people to send me like a Zelle payment or something. For some reason, it doesn't show right away. And if you tell me something, I believe what you say. I believe it's going to come. I go ahead and start packaging it up. Because it takes them a minute sometime to let me know. And this is at nighttime. Think about doing a weekday when everybody is using it. This is so pretty. I don't know if I want to cut those. Isn't that pretty? I can cut off a bottom piece, I guess. I'm such fabric hogs. We get fabric and then don't want to cut it. It's too cute to cut. Stay over there. That's 3. And Kevin talking about, you may have a point there, T. Right, I got the receipts. I think I ordered them off of Amazon. Teaquilts, are those batiks? Yes, they are batiks. They are Ankaras is what they're called. They're African prints that are batiked, and they look the same on both sides. The difference, one of the differences between this and batik is your drastic color change, but also that they leave in more of the, like they'll use candle wax or whatever it is, whatever type of wax they're using. They'll leave more of that wax in, and so African prints are stiffer. And so I like that because sometimes I don't have to use starch because we all know batiks are already stiffer than regular fabrics, and sometimes I don't even have to use starch because of that. So I like that. But when I'm die cutting, I most definitely use starch. I add additional starch just because I want to make sure when I'm die cutting. So when I make my kits and stuff like that, I've added a layer of starch to that. But they are batiks. Okay, so I've just cut 5 strips, and I'm just going to cut them all together. I don't care. Whatever they come out is how they're going. Okay. Good night, Vivian. I had to get around this thread on my machine because I got my thread on a stand. Because I like to use big spools. This I don't want to cut on because it's wobbly. Because it's one of those press and cut boards. They do get, you know, a little cattywampus after a while. I cut this machine off so that I could reset it because I was cleaning the screen with that tool I got from Joan. I'm gonna like that little duster. I'm gonna have to use. I might use it on my desk from all those little pieces from when I opened that jelly roll too. That'll be fun. Pick up some pieces. I don't know. Trying to find which side is the straight side that I cut, but I'm just gonna put the template right in the middle anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna cut. And Katie says, I love African batiks, but I don't see them anywhere I can order from that ships to Greenland. I do ship to other countries. I just need to see what that cost is and if you're willing to pay it. But I have people that I ship to Australia, New Zealand, Trinidad and Tobago. I do ship, but it just depends. You know, even in the USA, sending from one state to another is different. It's not like when I send to my 2 highest states in the USA to ship to is California and North Carolina for some strange reason. I don't get it. But yeah, so I have to see what it is you want. I have to package it up so I can get the weight, and then I have to let you know via email what that would be, and then you can decide if you want to order or not. You'd have to give me your full address, what you want to order, all of that in an email, and then I can go check it out and get you the actual price after that. But I have shipped to other places. I know a lot of, whoops, it didn't go all the way through. I was trying to just get a rough cut. A lot of, especially small retailers do not ship to other countries, but I figured out how to do it. It's not as hard as it used to be. It's gotten a little easier. It used to be a real pain. Now that I can do it myself instead of going to the post office, makes it a lot easier. Oh, that's why this is a smaller rotary cutter and I'm cutting 5 layers. That's why. So I got to press a little bit more. All right. This is the top. Just going to put a clip in the top for right now. I don't want that. Put a clip at the top. I just cut 5 layers, so didn't want to fold it in half. I need 2. Let's see. I don't starch anything for a couple of reasons. Yeah, it just depends. She says for a couple of reasons. One, probably she don't like it. Sue says, I'll say goodnight. I have an early quilt class tomorrow. Take care out. Good night, Sue. Thank you for coming in here with us today. And I'm going to move that over. Oh, I got the D template is small, and then the other ones are a little bit bigger. So as we keep going out, our pieces will get bigger. But I'm looking forward to the day that I don't have most of my fingers covering the template. I gotta get this little nick off the corner here and put a clip at the top. Okay. Diane says, good night, Miss T and family. Good night, Diane. See you next time. And Katie says, okay. Remo says, good evening, Miss T and T Quilter. Thumbs up. Show your love and support. Welcome back, ma'am. All right. We're done with that. Thank you, Jesus. One down. One more to go. I'm going to see if I can estimate how much of this I'm going to need and just cut it off. All right, here we go. Line this template up. Just anywhere in the middle. And then cut at this angle. Move it. Then I'm only working with a little piece. I do like this little rotary mat for cutting these templates with, the tiny pieces. I do love that. All right, one more template cut with this B, and then I will be done with template B and C. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Minnie says, T, do you have a list of what you need to bring to retreat? Yes, I do. On my website, www.teaquilts.com, I have a menu. On the menu, I have free patterns or just free, something like that. And on there, I have a list of things. It's not a list of things like everything you need that you should bring to retreat. But what it is a tickler list for those things that are important to you, for you to mark what you want to bring to retreat. So that's what it is. But I use it for myself locally. Like I have like my camera equipment and stuff like that, because I use a camera when I'm recording a retreat as compared to using my phone. I'm one of those people, I don't like using one device because the battery is going to run out quicker. So I use the appropriate items that I need to use. So I do have that on my website, and it's free. And it has a little checkbox. So as you're packing, you can check off that you've put it in the package when you're getting ready to pack up for a retreat. So yes, I do. One last cut, I think. All right. These little bitty things. All right. I put that in the wrong pocket. I don't know where you go. I need to find a spot for you. For my strip stick. I don't think I had it in here when I made it. I want to put these templates up because I don't want to look at them anymore. I don't want to look at B and C, that's for sure. I'm going to take out D. That's D. And put those two up. All right. So now I need to find coordinating pieces for these. All right. And sew them together. These we did not fussy cut, so we're just going to let the pieces go where they may. I got tired of fussy cutting. And I wasn't going to fussy cut when they got bigger. I was just fussy cutting because these were smaller pieces. But I needed to get caught up. So I had to let the fussy cutting go today. My chat just died. She says, I'll send a deposit for 2025, but if I can be on the wait list for 2024, if a shot comes available, move on to that year retreat. Yeah, but the thing is, because I'll have you on a 2025 list. So if you hear me say that there's a retreat spot that opened up, you're going to have to email me to tell me that. Because you won't be in 2024's list at that time. So you'll have to tell me that. That is doable. I do transfer your non-refundables to the next year if it's the later year. I needed at least 40 people to sign up for the other retreat in order for me to book it. So I got that covered. So once I got that covered, I'm willing to do that. Maritza Jordan Crafts is back saying holla. Hey, welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Sue says Minnie T has a video on what to take to retreat. Yes, I do have a video. I think I showed that too. And I think the video is in conjunction with the list. So thank you, Sue. I had forgot all about I did the video, but I did that and then put the list up because I showed you what I was packing because everything I packed, I didn't probably pack everything on a list, but I showed you exactly what I take to retreat. So that's a good idea. So look at that. Thanks, Sue. I got so many videos. Oh, I forgot to do one. I got so many videos that I just forget what I've done sometimes. And also, I have videos of previous retreats that I have attended. You may want to look at those. For some reason, I have never edited. I didn't do a lot of recording at the 2022 retreat because I was so busy and it was so much going on. But I'm gonna try to my best. I'm like, if you all see me at retreat and I'm not recording, you all tell me, T, get your camera out, record. I did not record like I wanted to. I had to end up making a run to pick somebody up. And then it was during the time of a presentation. And I got there, and then that person wasn't ready because it was a train station pickup, and the train was late because of how hot it was. And I think the person had fell asleep on the train, but she wasn't responding to phone calls and stuff. So I was getting worried. I go in, start asking the people what's going on, and they act like they don't have a whole lot of information. I was trying to talk with the security people, and they didn't know anything. I had to actually like get in the ticket line to ask them where was this train and when was it coming in, because it wasn't even on the board. It was weird. It was just totally weird. It wasn't even listed on the board for arrival because I think they didn't know what time it was coming because it was late. Yep, yep, yep. And then by the time the train did arrive, I was so tired, I couldn't even drive anymore. I was wore out. And so I asked Kevin and another quilter if they would go pick this person up. So that was really nice. That yeah, I had people willing to help because it was like I'm exhausted. I'm not gonna make it. My daughter was our Cuber driver. She picked most people up. She couldn't pick up the person at the train station because she was picking somebody else up at the airport at the time of the first arrival. And then the last when she finally called, it was like almost 10 o'clock, going on 11, and I wasn't gonna send my daughter down there at that time. So, and that's why I sent made sure two quilters went, so it wasn't somebody going by themselves. But I enjoyed everything about my 2022 retreat and looking forward to 2024. I still have one on here. Um, hey, Tammy Boyd. Saying hello, T. Welcome to the chat. In all fairness, you were extremely busy and in pain from your foot. Yeah, I didn't even understand that. I ended up this year, I mean next year is, this year's retreat, but next year, um, I'm just gonna bring my mom's scooter. I'm not even playing. I think I had to have my husband. Yeah, he had to go. I had to call my mom because my foot was swelling. I had been on my foot so long. I had to call my mom and ask her if I could use her scooter. That meant that she couldn't go to church on Sunday. But she said yes. So I'm gonna prevent this from happening and then take her scooter back Sunday night so she can go to church on Sunday. So I'm gonna be proactive instead of reactive this time. I had 3 SUVs filled with stuff that had to be at retreat. My husband, my daughter's car, my car, and Kevin helped me also bring stuff in. It was just a lot of stuff, and I was on my feet a lot. And then I taught a all day class, so that was a problem too. And I just happened to look down while I was talking to one of the ladies about the project, and I go, and I'm looking at my ankle, and it looks like it's somebody else's ankle. It has swollen so bad. I'm like, I got to go sit down. We can't put you on this thing because you spinning with my. I need to know where top is. I can move you on up here. It's a nice place to put stuff, but not if you spinning, and I need to know the top. Yeah, I won't let that happen again, Sue. I'm ready for you next time, retreat. I'm gonna have that scooter like it belonged to me. Now, see, this is weird because it's blue and then a little bit of red, and now I got a big chunk of red. See, I'm up here, because I didn't fussy cut it, but I'm putting it on here anyway. Let it go. Everything, all of them can't be perfect. All of them can't be shiners. You got to have some people in the background, can't be stars. Hey, Joe Carmel. She says, back for more. That's somebody talking to Joe. Got one. So it won't take me long to do these. Let's just sew some of this stuff together. It doesn't even matter if they're right or wrong size together because they're Ankaras. So some of these scraps together here. I don't even know if I got water in this iron. I don't think so. I do like to press with steam. I know some people don't. Especially when I've starched my fabric. Okay, last set. Put the clip on the back. First one I pull up is on the machine. No, it shouldn't be because I took them all off. Sewed onto a scrap. I am so glad to see these things done. I don't know what to do. I didn't think I was ever going to get 60 of these done. I just had to let go of fussy cutting. They were so pretty, though. I still got some interesting centers. I didn't pick like my best centers to get rid of because I want to use those fabrics in a bigger piece. So like the ones on top were some of my more designs that I said, oh, if it was just cut bigger, I wouldn't even have to fussy cut it. So I saved those. So I'm kind of using the not so prettier ones. Where is that piece? It's like I'm missing a whole piece. I don't even understand how. When I stack cut everything. I'm up here looking to see, well, no, it couldn't have been two because I only cut one layer at a time. Oh, this is for this one? I cannot sew that. That is not going to get sewed. I'll show you guys in a second. I'll sew this one because at least it's got some yellow lines. This is why I was fussy cutting. See how I got this piece here? This fabric, it has some, brown stuff everywhere. And then all of a sudden I get this piece to go over here. And we're not going to do that. So, it's like, nope. Uh-oh, I don't have a whole lot of open space either, but at least I can get more of the white dots. I put the templates up. Okay, I'm going to use, I'm going to use this as my template. That's the top. It's not going to be, it's still going to have some color, but it'll be better than what I got. Still going to have a lot of color. Now it's just a point of cutting the tips off. Got the piece to the right height. It's just a tad better. See, it's just a little bit more white than before, but at least it's got more white. Goodness gracious. Or it's actually like a cream color. It's not really white. But the other piece looked like it didn't belong at all. And it was a no-go. We'll just sew two pieces together to get it off. And I have all 5 of them sewed now. Okay. Put these back. And get the press board. All right, let's see. Hey, Delia Short, she came back. Kevin. Vanna, your newly made blocks, Miss T, laughing out loud. I will show them. I got to press them first to make them pretty. They got to be pretty. And last one. Well, press this one too. Says, all right. Oh, time sure does fly when you're having fun. It's already 9:36. I'm watching Little Miss Jersey tonight. I don't know if my daughter is on her way or not. She said she was going to bring her after the live. So that's number one. I like this little flower in here. It should go that way, but I cut it anyway. And right here, Joe Carmel's laughing at Minnie from the earlier live. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. That's number 3. This is number 4. And the last one, it's not a pretty center. I just used it because of the color. There's number 4. It's very seldom you see hot pinks in African print if it's not the main background fabric too. So I fussy cut that out of something. Thank you, Kevin, saying those are pretty, Miss T. So now I have all 60 of those done. I have my D template out so I can cut at some point, but I'm in no rush. If I do that, then what's the point of that one? These are from the other quilt. It has a right and wrong side. Trying to figure out what I want to sew scraps. I'm just sewing scraps now. And I'm, even though it's a scrap, I still want to get the most of my money out of it. Just ridiculous. But that's what I do. Trying to see what I can put up here. Or just a straight piece would be nice too. We'll go with a straight piece. Straighten out one side. Take this. Somebody, if you cut template D, you'll be ahead of me, Miss T. Not today. On another day. I'm just going to put this on here because I keep pulling stuff up, and then I'll just cut a straight line across. How about that? I'm just crumb piecing some of the pieces that I've cut and placed over here. Trying to just use some of this stuff up. Instead of having little pieces over here, I'll have some crumb piecing that I could possibly use as focus points in a block. Or make a crumb block. Okay, I'm not wanting to use that, but I just want a small ruler. anything to just get a straight line. I don't want to use that 1 inch on a regular basis. Oops, I want to slide you down. All right, straight line. Minnie says, I couldn't help myself. It was fun. I had to take a nap afterwards. That is funny. I drove home. I was doing 80 driving home in 60, okay? I was so tired. I was trying to get home. Got this stuff in the house and took me a nap. The only reason all that stuff made it in the house because I was in my husband's car. If I was in my car, it'd have still been out there. I'm just trying to make a straight line anywhere, somewhere, just so I can sew on another piece. Is that straight all the way down? I didn't think I cut that straight all the way down. Well, we may as well. Didn't realize I need a longer one now. I was very close. So I'm just throwing the stuff that I can't seem to put in the trash can. Little bitty pieces. She talking about she's working on coming to retreat so she can cut up in person. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I just need a straight piece anywhere. It doesn't have to be square. Just putting on pieces that will fit. That's too little. That one's a little bit too little too. I'm going to have to trim it at the bottom anyway. So what difference do it make? We'll just put it right there. Just going around in circles. Kevin is crazy. He is so crazy. Oh my goodness. All right, gonna cut a straight line across. I got 4 pieces now to cut straight across. See if I got anything up here long enough. Too short. Oh, I got a long piece right here. I see it. I see it. I got lots of long pieces under here. I don't know why. I was fussy cutting these, but that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Just want to put you down and chop off what I'm not going to use. All right. It's just a scrap. I got plenty of strings. Okay. Good night, Evelyn. All right. Sometimes I don't even worry about a straight line. I don't even trim. I just put the next piece on there straight. But since I'm using, like, I'm trying to utilize my piecing size, I'm trying to cut stuff that's just to fit, that'll just fit. So yeah, I'm trying to save my fabrics. This one will work because it's on an angle on the end. Yay, it's getting bigger. I'll let you see it. It's just junk. Let me press it so it's at least flat. Remo talking about she even mess around with her camera. It used to be what happened at retreat stays at retreats until Joe Carmel came along. Hi, Gloria Jackson. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for chatting with us. I think I said goodnight to Evelyn. Good night, Darcy. She says, love you all. Stay safe. Manny says, I'm excited. Once I send my deposit, I'm going to start my personal countdown to seeing y'all. Be 24 or 25. Right. Now, right here, I can take an angle piece. And I just need a longer angle piece if I got one. When I'm looking for these things, I don't have them. When I'm not looking for them, they are an inconvenience and don't show up. This piece right here can be an angle piece. We'll just angle you on out. Trying to make sure I don't have anything else that'll fit that's big enough. Because it's a pretty good size. What's this one? Yeah, let's do that one. All right. I didn't show it to you, did I? Once I pressed it and ironed it, it's just automatic. I just went right back to piecing. Oh my. I'll show you this one. Celia Swain says, good. Hello, everyone. I'm glad I caught a live show. Yes, we got how many more minutes? 11 minutes. Gloria says, I was working on my rail fence quilt and I had to go where Kevin is singing Let It Go. I couldn't sew my strip straight for laughing so hard. I have your purple and gold t-shirt that I wear. So that's cool. Well, thank you. That was a Gloria Jackson. So this is what I have, just sewing scraps together. You can always make your own fabric. If like they're telling you to make half square triangles, you can make squares or blocks of this type of stuff and then use a contrast on the other side to make half square triangles with. So I love making my own fabric. And I'm just going to cut a straight line right here. I don't have any use for these. And when I'm talking about a straight line, I'm not talking about a squared up piece. I'm just making a straight line. It's not even straight, like squared up straight. It's just a straight piece so I can sew something else to it that's longer. And I do like to use my board to sometimes put my pieces up so that they're spread it out. And I'm just doing this because I got, I had a few minutes left and I can get some of these pieces sewn. This is 2 pieces. Okay. And I'll show you this other piece next. I only got a few more minutes left. I may as well utilize the time since these fabrics are sitting here. Hey, Stephanie, she's back. Saying, hey, T and everyone, she's back. Kevin calls her Steffi Poo. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and square this end up where I put this piece on here so I could get a squared up end. May not be where it ends up, but it's where it's cut for right now. And I'm going to make an angle cut here and sew across the top. So I just cut. I'm going to put another piece on here before I show you guys. So this is the other one. I just cut across the top at an angle. You can see that that is not straight. It's not parallel to the bottom. It doesn't matter. I'm just sewing whatever I pick up. And I could also put another piece on that side, but I've already squared it up, so why waste it? You don't have to keep going in the same direction if you don't want to. I'm trying to figure out what's the right and wrong side of this black piece. I can barely tell. Because I think the back side is a little bit lighter on this black and white. They got many going again. It's Joe and Kevin's fault. Dang, and now they got Sue involved. Dang. Hey, Dolores Phelps. She says, good evening, tea and quilters. Those are beautiful. Thank you. Just sewing some of these scraps that I've saved when I was cutting my block pieces. And I think I'm going to leave the selvage in here. I was going to cut it out at first, but they can make selvage quilts. I can put a selvage in my quilt. So we're going to leave it and find a piece to put on the bottom that's long enough. Doesn't have to be big. Just rough cut. And I'll put a piece on the top. We got 5 more minutes. So I'm just sewing this because it does help people that don't know how to make a crumb block to see stuff. See how people just make stuff get bigger and bigger. And if I didn't have any of my pieces were long enough to go across, I would sew smaller pieces together until I could get a piece big enough to go across. So nothing stops the plan. This right here can go up here. It has a little angle on the corner. All right. And I normally have like a whole line of them, but I'm just doing this because I don't have a plan for these. I'm just using them so I can clear them off of my top here because I haven't had anything that I was able to piece them as I was going. I just use them for chain piecing. We're going to put something on the top just because no, we don't want it on the top. We want a wide piece on the side. We can even use the stuff over here. It's going to go in strings and crumbs anyway. You want to get this a little bit wider. And I don't even have a shape in mind. I'm just trying to get to something square or rectangular. All right. Now we're going to cut you even with that edge. Just to get an approximate line up here. And I don't know if that's going to be anything sewed in. But yeah, so you just keep adding pieces and trimming where you need to. And I just added that piece. And I'm going to take this and put it on the side. Same side I just added a piece on. So you don't have to keep it all on, keep going around and around. You can do what you want. I normally start like 5 or 6 small ones because I can, use a lot of my small pieces. And so I kind of have them grouped by size. And go from there. But I'm just winging it today. I just knew I wanted it to get wider. So now I want to give it a press. Like that. So this is what we have now. Let's cut this one. Because I think I'm going to stop just because it's getting close to time. And I'm going to put my pieces up here on the board because, I'm not going to cut D pieces. Oh my goodness. I should be cutting D pieces. But I got other stuff I need to sew as well. I need to do long arm quilting. I thought I was going to do some this week, but I didn't realize my whole week was going to get hijacked. I thought my daughter would have been here with the baby. That's why I was waiting. I keep telling you all I'm going to show you all what if she's awake, because she is a nosy little something. So when she normally come and she see the, new person, she think, like when I go to her house, she thinks that I come to visit her. And so she's full of energy, ain't even thinking about sleep. This child does not like to sleep. So if she's not sleepy, I'll come back and do like just a quick little thing. But if she's sleepy, then you all will have to see her on another time. And she's not staying the whole night. My daughter's coming back in the middle of the night to get her for some strange reason, but I might tell her to just come back in the morning. We'll see. And these are, so that's all the pieces on the board. You all can't see it though. I just laid them up here. But that's another thing that I do with my design boards is I put some of my crumb piecing up. So when I'm starting small, I can see the small pieces to grab them. Oops, I can press this last one. I didn't realize I cut it, but I didn't press it. And if I wanted, say, a 4.5-inch square, a 5-inch square, I could cut it out of this and put it in the middle of, say, a star. And instead of just a plain piece of fabric being 4.5 inches that I'm cutting, I can cut this instead. So I like making my own fabric. And we're going to stop here and put this up there. Let's see. I missed so much in the comments. I wasn't paying attention. Remo saying she can't wait to 2024 retreat. 276 days, Remo. T, you went back to your Benina. I missed so much. Stephanie, when I came back from retreat last year, I used a couple of machines because people were using them and I was trying to see what the issue was. And then I'm also sewing with the Singer that Paula used. She didn't have any problems with it, but I'm using it at Kevin's house. But I was using some different machines just so that I could sew on them for like 30 days. I also had bought a Brother. I think I had that in here. That might have been the machine you were talking about. I bought, I traded quilting and finishing quilt tops for a FOF. I had that machine in here because I wanted to make sure I use it. I actually use the FOF now when I'm traveling because it's much lighter. I don't take my Bernina out anymore unless I'm doing something specific that I need it for and no other machine can do it, or, it's the one I like to do that technique on, then I'll take it. But I do try to sew on some of the other ones. I was just telling Kevin today that I need to bring my Bernina record over to his place and switch out the Singer just so that I can sew on the other Bernina. But then when I do that, I definitely need to bring oil, that's for sure. Good night, Ray. See you soon. Oh, Darko Mel talking about I can't wait to play strip poker again at retreat. No, Minnie, it's not what you think, laughing out loud. We keep our clothes on. And Sue talking about we corrupted Tucker. Tucker didn't have a clue. We were basically, we called it strip poker just because it was quilting, but we were playing 21 blackjack or whatever. And Tucker didn't know he had 21. It was too funny. He talking about, is this enough? Do I need a hit? I'm like, I just laughed at first because I'm like the dealer. It's like, I'm not supposed to help you. But I'm like, I forgot that he was 16 at the time. He had no idea about that. He never played cards. He quilting. You got to know when to hold them. Right. Gloria says, good night, T. By the way, the 2 live shows, they were wonderful. Thank you, Gloria. I'll be back Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Wednesday, we're going to do the drawing. I think that's what we're doing next week, the drawing for the optional blocks for the month of September. So that's what's going on then. And Benita said she had never played. Oh, wow. I grew up in a family that played cards, and the things you hear about spades in black families, it's true. You mess up somebody's hand, they didn't get that Boston, they wouldn't even be your partner. You could lose a partner for life if you messed up playing spades. So, hey, Carol Williams came in saying hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I am. Let's see. Trying to think what else. I was trying to, give my daughter a few minutes. She's late everywhere she go though. That's my daughter though. She's so funny. She scheduled like 3 previous events this year for us. And she gonna have the nerve to tell everybody a half hour earlier than the time we supposed to be at a place. And she the one that's been historically late all her life. It just cracks me up. I said, this child something else. I love Bid West. Now, nobody in my family or anybody I know personally plays Bid West. I learned how to play Bid West on my job playing with the consumers. And I love Bid West, but I have not been able to. I play on the computer, but I have not been able to play with partner since I quit my job. And that I miss. I love Bid West. Stephanie saying, my son, I can't read the last comment with this thing. It's always late too. Okay. Yep. I said she gonna be late to her own funeral. Unfortunately. I don't even know where this piece of fabric come from. That just came out. I think it was folded up here in the stack, but I don't know why it was up here in the stack. So might have been when I made optional blocks. I had to make optional blocks for my gill. Maybe we have players. Sandy Agger's sending out love. So we're gonna go ahead and end here, guys. It's 10:07. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you all coming in here so I could get this last task of round 1 done. So now we're gonna work on round 2, 60 blocks starting from the top. Well, 57 because I got 3 that I did completely. I did 1 as a test block, which was that one. And then these other 2, I did 1 to show paper piecing and then 1 for template when I first did last month's at Kevin's house. I just wanted to do both ways for people that were foundation piecing and people that were template piecing. So good night, everybody. I'm just making sure because I see chats coming up, making sure there's nothing more than just good nights coming up. So you all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out. See you Wednesday.